Hey everyone, hi, this Kevin from investbackuproperty.com, and actually right now I am in Hokkaido in the midst of holiday with my family, so really shouldn't be doing any work right now, but I thought I'll just do a short video. Reason being that if you have been following us, you will know that this project by Sansiri XT Huai Khwang is actually launching, in fact launching today, on Saturday. So um, I've been getting a lot of questions like whether what kind of a location this place called Hui Huang really is, and is there really a potential in terms of growth or as an investment destination. People are asking us, is this something worth investing in, you know? So I thought I'd just do a very quick video to address all these questions. Right. If you're looking for a clear cut yes or no from us to tell you whether this is a good investment, um, well, I have to disappoint you. I am not able to tell you exactly because everybody have different investment objective. Yeah, correct. But what I can do is to we can probably talk about five things that I would like to highlight to you, and then hopefully this can give you better clarity in your decision making, and it will point you in the right direction. Right. So well, I've written here briefly. These are the 5 points that I'd like to talk about. Right. So if you are considering this project or any project for that matter, you might want to run through these 5 checklists. Number one, the location. All right. Then the developer, the development. All right. Rental demand, and last but not least, price. Right. So let's talk about the location first. But when we talk about location, first and foremost, you have to ask yourself: is this property that you're looking at, is it based in a good location? What do you mean by a good location? Good location means, very simply put, is it in the area of growth, or is it in a place where it's considered like super prime, so that in terms of availability is very limited, right? So in for Hui Huang, I would say this is a city fringe location. Well, if you're Singaporean, and if you want a close comparison to what this is, I would personally compare this place to somewhat our Sims and Aljunied area. It's Hui Huang is becoming like a second Chinatown for Bangkok, in terms of Bangkok, right? Because the old Chinatown used to be in this place called Yawara, which we always go for bird nest and then shark fin, right? If you go there as a tourist, but more and more Chinese are moving to stay around this Ratchada, Hui Huang, Aso area, right? Because for various reasons, right? The Chinese embassy is there also, so so a lot of Chinese businesses have sprung out in this place also, right? So that is one of the reasons that it's like creating that demand for residential properties in this area. Well, the number two reason that is driving the case for this place as a location is the fact that Hui Huang is only 2 stations away from Ramanai, and we all know Ramanai is the second central business district, or we call it an extension of the existing central business district. So you have existing buildings like Stock Exchange of Thailand is already there, right? And then Unilever is also there. So these are already real and existing businesses that have shifted and moved to Ramanai, right? And now under construction is this tower called the Super Tower, right? So this whole area is being master planned to transform into a business area, right? So over time, give it a bit of time. It certainly takes a few years for it to happen. There will be it will create an ecosystem of businesses, right? So when people are going around there to work, right? Eventually the prices of or demand for residential properties will definitely go up. So which we have already seen, right? Places in Ramanai itself are very high demand, right? Existingly, condos there are renting to people who are working around there, or people who are working like maybe one station to Aso, right? So we will expect this effect to have a ripple effect. It will propagate, right? As prices in Ramana itself goes up higher, then where else will people go, right? One station down is Asok, which is even more expensive, so can't be. So people will actually go one station up, two stations up, and two stations up is Huai Khwang, right? Huai Khwang, so is becoming there are existing some condos there already. So with this addition of XT Huai Khwang, it will give people working in Ramanai a lot more choices when it comes to quality development, right? So in terms of location, this is how I would call it. I would say that it is in an area of growth because it's near to Ramanai. It's on the city fringe, and if you follow the logic that as a city expands, right? So the property prices and land prices will also go up by the city fringes, then this will be a good location for you to invest, right? If I may also add on, from Huai Khwang, if you go 7 stations up along the same blue MRT line, that's where you go to Bangsar. Bangsar is the high-speed rail that will be the high-speed rail between Thailand and China, right? And you will also be the main transportation hub whereby all the different MRT lines and light rail lines will actually meet over there. So Huai Khwang is right smack in between Ramanai and Bangsar. So it is definitely in a very good position to benefit from the growth from either of these two epicenter, right? And then to a more maybe on a smaller scale, right? We always talk about it's always good that if it's near to transportation. In this case, in Bangkok, with people are also asking, oh, what's the nearest MRT, where's the nearest BTS, right? So, well, the good news is this is like 2 minutes walk to Huai Khwang MRT. So people always worry, oh, if it's too far, I can't rent it out. So there's no excuses. This is like right next to MRT, right? So I hope I've answered that question. So maybe I'll just write it down in terms of location, then a few points to road. So you have your Ramanai, right? And then we have your Bangsar, the high-speed rail, right? And it's also 2 minutes to MRT. So these are the 3 drivers for the fact that we would call it is in a good location, definitely, right? So going on to my next point, developer. We all know who's the developer. The developer is none other than the public listed Thai company Sansiri, right? So if you are already familiar with Bangkok property, you will know that Sansiri is the top, one of the top, if not the top developers. So working or buying from a top developer helps to ensure that the chances of hiccups is reduced to as much as possible, right? Your project will be delivered on time, the quality will be assured, right? Give yourself a chance to go and see the finishing of Sansiri's condos. If not, you can watch our YouTube videos on the visit that we have done to the show flats, right? It comes fully furnished. People who have seen it, the show flat themselves are all very, very impressed, very, very happy, right? So why subject yourself to risk by buying from some unknown developer and then, I don't know, your project gets delayed for 2 years, 3 years, or you buy because of some promises that may never happen, right? So even in Singapore, you would prefer to purchase from reputable developer like CapitaLand, CDL. You know that when they do something, it has to be good, right? Versus like maybe the mid-size to the smaller size developer. So especially when it comes to buying overseas property, right, it is really not worth your time and all the headache should anything go wrong. So get it right from the start. Go for the big developers, and Sansiri is definitely one of the big boys out there, right? So moving on to my third point, the development, right? What do I mean by that? Well, development, we all know there's a few category that we have always mentioned in our videos, right? You have your S grade for the super luxury, and then you have your A, which is like the high end ones, right? I would call it. And then you have your B, which is the entry level, and then last but not least, then you have your C, which is the mass market. So if you ask me, right, for us, we never recommend the C category. Okay, but what makes a project a A category will be things like it has to be of low density, the finishing has to be of a certain grade, and then most importantly, the location has to be in core central Bangkok. So in this case, XT Huai Khwang doesn't fall into the core central Bangkok area. It's actually on the city fringe, right? And to be fair, this is not a low density project, right? This is a two tower with over 1,000 over units, right? So that might be the slight drawback in terms of the project itself, because it's a high density project, right? But what's what's the counterbalance for this project is usually for mass market project, right? Not only do they just have like one tower with a lot of units in, the common complaint and the common thing that actually turns people away is the lack of facilities, and the finishing is usually just like average or below par. Right, so in this case, what Sansiri is trying to do with this XT series is they're trying to plug the gap between the A grade and the mass market, which is C. So they're coming in as to me this is a B category. All right, so they have finishing that is coming close to as close as what they can give you for those that are for the A's one, right? Better than the mass market, right? And then in terms of facilities, they also have like a full fledged of facilities. All right, if check out the e-brochure, you will see things like VR technology, and then you have your I think there's a garden theater, right? And then you have like a lot of gardens, pockets, right? So they have taken the effort, and these are all costs, because every bit of spaces that they are using for facilities, that means they build lesser units. Right, but all these are factors that will make this development stand out over time, right? You want to buy something that you can still rent or sell, not only tomorrow but 5 years down the road. And then plus the fact that Sansiri projects typically has very good maintenance, right? So there are projects that I have seen before. It's been around maybe 4, 5, or 7 years. They do not actually look that old, because the management team has done a good job taking care of the property, making sure that it is still very well maintained. So much so that 5 years down the road, the value of the property still holds. All right, 5 years down the road, people still want to rent, right? So this is where Sansiri has done a good job, and this is what they're trying to create with this XT development. So other than the fact that the slight drawback, other than the fact that it is a high density project, usually we would prefer a low density project. But in this case, because of the price point and the location, it will come in as a project with a lot more units, right? But they are giving a better quality finishing. They are giving a lot of good facilities, right? And good finishing. To you it may not matter, because hey, I'm just buying to rent out, but don't forget, the next person you rent to is also a human being, very much like yourself and myself, right? So by adding all this value in, they're trying to they're creating this distinctive identity for this XT series. So next time, people will actually want to walk into a real estate agency and say, I want to stay around Hui Huang, and my preference is for XT Hui Huang, because this is the best condo for this price category in that area, right? So yes, so for XT Hui Huang, we would call it, I myself personally, I would term it as a B. All right, B. So this is an entry. It's a good entry level investment grade property. This is a good entry level investment grade property. All right, so, 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 right, so my fourth point that I want to talk about, okay, running a bit over time, rental demand, right? So yes, I guess 9 out of 10 of you who are probably watching this video have the intention to buy to let. So good thing, by buying through Sansiri for this project, for the first year they actually provide a free property management service called Property Care by Plus Property, which is a subsidiary of theirs. Right, so let's talk about rental demand. Rental demand has to be real. So the nearest competitor is this condo that's right next to the plot of XT Huai Khwang, this existing condo called Centric Huai Khwang Station. This was a project completed a few years ago, project done by SC Asset. That's another a pretty good developer, right? And my knowledge and experience of talking to my partners who are based in Bangkok, well, they were sharing that that project has very good turnover rate. So namely because of the quality of the project, and also because the fact that it is like walking distance to Hui Huang MRT. So drawing from that logic, right? If Centric Hui Huang Station has such good rental demand, we would expect ST Hui Huang to also experience the same thing when it completes in 2021. And the for the one bedroom there right now, the rent that Centric can get is anything between 15,000 Thai baht a month to 20,000 Thai baht a month. And for the two bedrooms, we are talking about 25,000 Thai baht a month to 33,000 Thai baht a month. So depending on facing level and whether the quality of the finishing that the owner provides. Well, so I think these are pretty good figures if you work out the numbers, right? And this price is very attractive to the people who are working in that area, because if you want to rent something in Ramana itself, you probably have to pay 22,000 Thai baht and above for one bedroom. So for a lot of people will say, hey, look, it's just 2 stations away. I can get something similar, but I'm only paying like maybe 18 grand, 18,000 a month. That's like 10, 15 or 20% savings. So this is what is driving a lot of expatriates and also the local Thai who are working in that area to start looking for houses in Hui Huang. And that's why rental demand in Hui Huang is so strong, right? I use the word strong because that's really what my Thai local partners are telling me about condos like Centric Hui Huang Station within walking distance of MRT. Right? A lot of people want a property there, right? Because of the convenience and price and all these things, right? So I hope that answer that your question about whether anybody will rent from you, right? Because people are always scared. Will it be empty for 6 months and all these things. So I think the rental demand there as of today is healthy. So it should hold 3 years from now, right? Barring major changes or anything big that happens. Right, in fact, there's a mall that's coming up next to XT Huai Khwang, that new developments and new offices being built. So we would expect it to further drive demand for houses over there. And XT being newer, being better, it should command a slight premium over its peers 3 years down the road, right? So once you have your rental settled, then you really don't have to worry about the price of the property. In that sense, a lot of people always say, I want to buy, but do you have like rental demand, rental guarantee? If you get it right from the start in a good location, you really don't have to worry about rental guarantee. What you want to know is, in that area, is there a genuine rental demand? And as long as the rental yield is about average, giving you average, right? You just want to make sure that in 1 year you want it to be empty for as little days as possible, right? So last part of this video, let's talk about the price, right? Why I want to talk about price. Price is a very personal thing, right? Because everybody wants to invest in property, but everybody has a different budget. So let me be very straight up and honest. If you have a budget for 7 million, if you have a budget for 8 million, I would say that maybe perhaps you should first consider areas like Akamai or Tonglong, because these are central, these are proven, and that is exactly the reason why XT Akamai was sold out in a matter of like 1 week or 2 weeks, right? It's fully sold, as in I don't have any more foreign quota right now because of the locations. Proven, tested. When you buy something called Central Bangkok, land are limited. There's a greater chance for it to see a capital appreciation. Right. But what is interesting about, or what's so attractive about this project, XT Huai Khwang, is also about the price. For example, if you were to buy something from the 9th floor, number 9, right, you're probably entering at about 150 to 160,000 Thai baht per square meter. And if you maybe go a bit higher, about 20th floor, I have seen units price about 180 to 190,000 Thai baht per square meter, right? And to give you a little bit of comparison, if you had bought XT Akamai on the same 20 something floor, you probably be paying about 220 to 240 thousand Thai baht per square meter. So definitely, if you this is your first investment, all right, and you want to manage your budget, then XU Huang provides you with a very nice affordable price point to enter the market and to anchor yourself in the Bangkok property market, right? If we talk about absolute quantum, the one bedroom can starts from about 4 plus million Thai baht, right? A lot of people have came to us saying, I only have that kind of budget, not more than 5. And it was very, very hard for us to recommend them anything, because usually for that price, either the development is not so desirable, or the location has to be like compromised way off. So this is one of the few opportunity that you really have like a really pretty good location, plus the fact that good location, plus the fact that it comes from a reputable developer, and if you study a development, the development is class, right? For this category, for this grade, this is as good as it can get. And this is an area where there's a genuine and good rental demand, and you can actually come in with an investment budget that's less than 5 million. Of course, if you decide to go for higher floors, which we have like 20th or 30th floor, then obviously the price will be higher. If you decide to go for the larger one bedroom, then of course it will be higher. What I'm saying is, if your budget for a start, you want to manage your budget, all right, you actually have the opportunity to buy something that is less than 5 million Thai baht, with all the attached good points that I mentioned earlier, right? And even for 2 bedrooms, I've seen, I think a few of the units that are 2 bedrooms I saw, maybe only about 8 million Thai baht, right? So whereas if you were to go to areas like, again, go to Ono, Ekamai, maybe nowadays 8 million maybe might only get you 1 bedroom loft. For 2 bedroom, you probably have to pay 10 to 12 million. I think that's pretty common, right? So yeah, I hope I've addressed this question of whether should you go ahead and invest in XT Huai Khwang, right? I think these are the 5 points that you should really ask yourself, and I've given my take on these 5 points as well. So well, if you have any more questions, specific questions that you want to ask, please feel free to contact myself or Daryl. You know where to find us, www.investbangkokproperty.com, or I'll leave my contact details at the description of the video below. Right, if you want further details of the project, you can just call us up, talk to us directly, or you can visit our website, or you can actually watch the earlier two videos that I did on XT Huai Khwang, where I actually gave a more in-depth review of the project. You know, what are the floor plans like, where exactly is the location, what's coming out around the area, and all those stuff, right? So please feel free to watch the part 1 and part 2, right? Or if you're in Singapore this weekend, we are actually having the hotel launch at Four Seasons Hotel, right? So do RSVP with us. We would like to meet you personally and understand a bit more about what are your requirements. Hopefully we can share with you a bit more from our experience about investing in Bangkok properties as well, right? Yep. So I guess that's it. If you can, do like the video, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Right. Follow us. We'll be doing a lot more video reviews. We'll be doing a lot more site visit. In fact, I think Daryl is going up on the 25th. We will be visiting XT Huai Khwang show flat, and so we'll probably be doing a live video as well. Right. So yep. Good night, everyone, and good luck for the launch for those of you who have who are going down, and hopefully you can get a unit of your choice. All right, bye bye.